actually from your experiences. I hope that we can also collaborate some of the little projects or the workshops, whatever the size is. So I would like to have the questions first for Ms. Vial. Please have a seat. You are very active.
Okay.
I hope you are not tired.
No.
Okay. I would like to ask the audience first. Maybe you have some questions. It could be again in Turkish. I will translate. Yes, please. Could you please also introduce yourself? I know you, but.
Hi, this is Elif from Istanbul Planning Agency. So I would like to ask you, how do you determine
Yine defter mefter yok.
How do you choose the district? Is it municipality decision, or what are your priorities to choose? Okay, we should have this site to work on, and after that is over. Do you work several districts together? Or do you have a master plan about this that you follow? That was my first question. And the second question, that at the end you mentioned it takes really long time, sometimes about 20 years. But for a smaller scale of a district scale, approximately how long does it take to research, to engage with people, to analyze and to take action? So can you tell us more about the timeline of the whole process, please? Thank you.
Okay, it's a complicated question. I won't have one answer because, as I will tell you, it really depends on the local authorities. Really also on the different help that we provide. Sometimes the project was here for a long time and we are just helping from one part. So really depends. On the scale, how we choose. In CEREMA we are not choosing the scale. It's really the city or the people who are helping the city with this kind of project, which is not the CEREMA, but with our help. Sometimes the support is really to choose the right scale, the right district. There is no answer also for that because really depends on the priority. Some of our helps, for example, in small scale cities like we call it centre-bourg in France, there are some projects which are not in a small part or small district that are really linked with the whole center because, as you know, you can have district of really operational one, like where there will be all the works, all the transformation, the main ones. But sometimes it's linked with the roads. It's linked with the nature, it's connected, and also it's connected with different type of functions. So it's sometimes we have some labelization, Ecoquartier labelization, which is more global. But also in France, you have what is called the scale of aménagement, which is really where it's dedicated for the work and the transformation of the buildings. Sometimes it's a new district, so it's more easy then to have this line like operational one. And sometimes, because more and more, as I told you, we are dealing with the buildings that are already here, the roads that are already here, the plants that are already here. So it's sometimes more complicated to have this line. But the line is not important because an Ecoquartier is not an island. It's really linked with the environment. And for the time of the project, it's also a difficult question because it's the same. It really depends on the stakeholders. The really huge project, they really take like 20 years from the beginning to then the end, even if it's not completely ended. And some of projects are more like 10 years, or so it depends. And some with some small actions, like in public spaces or in transformation of I don't know, some association, it can take a few years. And so, well, the same, it really depends.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions, comments for the Ecoquartier program? I'm looking our citizens partners.
Bu Ecoquartier projelerle yenilenen veya işte yeniden inşa edilen konut, mahalle, semt bir sayı verilebilir mi?
Onu soralım hocam. Are there any can you give a number of buildings or neighborhoods that were developed with the Ecoquartier principles?
Yeah, I showed you a map before. It's in France with this approach, like the one which is led with the government. It's 500. But it's only with this more than 500 now. But it's really with this approach led by the ministry with these labels. Some of projects are really with the same principles, but they are not in because it's not an obligation to be in this approach led by the ministry. So some of them, they are good also, even if they are not in this approach. So we can say a real number.
Is it like 500 districts or neighborhoods?
500 districts. And in these districts at different scales. Some of them are really at the beginning, and some of them are really done. Because in the label in France, there are 4 steps. The first one is just the signature of a charter. Then you are entering in the approach. Then you sign the eco project. So it's really when you have sometimes the master plan or sometimes the ideas of the project, and you will go on. And then you have the 2 different steps, which is called the Ecoquartier livré. That is almost everything is done, like all the works, and the inhabitants can come in, or you have all the developments. And then the Ecoquartier vécu, it's where the population is already here, or it has been transformed, the eco district has been transformed since 5 years.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
Romanya.
Cevabı çevirin istersen.
Cevabını söyleyeyim. Yani ben Mehmet hocam 500'ün üzerinde varmış, evet, sayı olarak açıkçası. Kaç kişi? How many citizens are affected from this? I mean, do you know approximate population
for all these?
For 500.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we have the ministry doesn't know.
Okay.
Because it's really
because the scales are different also.
Yeah, the scales are different, and the citizens are coming in and going out. So
yeah, you never know. Okay.
Toplam distrik sayısını sor.
500 dedi hocam distrik.
Hayır, uygulananı o.
Fransa'daki.
What is the total number of districts in France? I mean, the total number of districts. We would like to, maybe the ratio of it.
Lots of figures. I don't know. I didn't count because in France there are. It depends on what you are counting. Sometimes it's the whole city. Sometimes I don't have the.
How about the provinces? How many provinces you have? I think.
In France.
Yeah.
We have the region part.
Yes.
We have the cities part, and then the regions.
Cities.
And so regions are more than 9.
9.
Yeah.
9 regions.
But it's quite huge.
Yes, of
and
course.
Then the cities can be more than 3,600.
3,600 cities. Oh, okay.
Cities, and
cities,
then
yes,
inside the cities there are different type of districts, but it depends. But because sometimes the district is really can be very huge and sometimes more local, and you don't have, it's not an administration level, the district. It's really,
it's not,
so it's not counted.
Okay. Administration level değilmiş. Yani idari bölümlenme çok farklı anladığım kadarıyla. O yüzden de böyle bir şey çıkıyor. Belki de we are trying to learn the ratio of the districts because you said 500 districts. It is a lot. It seemed to be a lot. So it should be.
It's a lot, but not a lot.
Not a lot. not too much. Too many maybe. Okay.
Yani iki sorum var.
Buyurun.
Bunlardan ilki bu operasyonun, Ecoquartier operasyonunun mali durumu ile ilgili olarak yerel yönetimlerle çalıştıklarını söylediler. Operasyonun maliyeti, projenin mali portföyü ile ilgili olarak yerel yönetimlerin bütçesi sahiden yetiyor mu? Bir. İki, Romanya'da gerçekleştirdikleri projenin etki analizine dair neler söyleyebilir?
Okay, very nice. There are two questions actually. One of them is about the financial aspect of it. How much or what is the ratio of the finances that they spent on this operation, I mean Ecoquartier developments for the municipalities. And I mean the local municipalities are financing it mostly, I guess, or it should be a mix as well. This is the first question, and the second one is, have you analyzed the effect or impact of Romania's experience? The Ecoquartier in Romania, what was the impact of it? Do you have any analysis or figures to explain that?
For the financement, it's a difficult question also because it depends. It's not only the city. It's mixed, but it's most of them are public funds from the municipality, but also from, as I told you, for the scale of the district, when there is really a huge operation, there is an operator who will sell the land, but at the beginning. He will buy the land. Sometimes he has the land, sometimes not, and sometimes he's dealing, and he's a public operator. And then he's doing all the roads, and he's dealing with some private operators for the different buildings. So they are building also the different type of lands. And then there is an operation which is called the Vial, where you can find some public funds, some private funds, and then you have to be all the thing in some registration, and then you can see if it's okay or not. And but most of the projects are with public funds, but not only from the city, because for some of them is very expensive. So some of them they find some public funds, like from the state or from the region, for example. For the second question, the impact of project of Romania, it's really too early to measure them. What we see is that the impact is that really it's now the public government is concerned, the ministry, which is very important because it's not only one sharing experiences from France. It's they are taking that for their own country, but it's also fragile because of the politics and also of the laws that are changing now in Romania about urban planning. So it will depend on this kind of laws and also on the funds. Yes, the same everywhere now. Yes. So we will see. But the impact now is that we can see is really that there are some cities involved in the program on the different workshops that we are doing. It's not only the winners of the awards, also other cities who are coming and sharing experiences and also learning one from each other.
Okay, thank you. Yani hem kamuyu anladığım kadarıyla hem kamu destekliyor hem de kamuyla tabii özel sektörün de birlikteliği var. Biraz karışık herhalde her bir proje için. Evet, yani anlaşılan biraz da tabii arazi, arsa sahipliği vesaire de işin içinde. O yüzden de her şey değişik oluyor. Ama anladığım kadarıyla yani finans sadece yerel yönetimle değil, merkezi yönetimle de sağlanıyor. İkinci soruyu da kısaca hani cevabını özetleyeyim. Romanya'da da ministry sanıyorum bakanlık bu işte oldukça işin içinde ama bazen de yine yerel yönetimin girdiğini görüyoruz. Fakat orada da çok kırılgan bir durum olduğunu söyledi. Çünkü yasalar değişiyor ve de finans tabii ona göre her şey değişiyor. Yani Romanya da aslında bize benziyor sanıyorum biraz. I think Romania is like Turkey as well. We have some similarities about fragility. Evet, teşekkürler. Buyurun hocam. Ya, bir saniye Bedriye hocam. Daha sizden önce kaldırmıştı.
Hello, I'm Ankara Urbanism from University. I would like to, first of all, I would like to thank you for this enriching and inspiring presentation. So I have two questions. One is on performance monitoring and feedback loops. Once the neighborhood is inhabited, how are performance indicators, for example, energy, mobility, biodiversity, social use, for instance, monitor and feedback into feature design iterations or corrections? That is the first one. Am I continuing?
Yes, you can continue. I took my notes.
The second question is on conflicts. So I'm wondering that in projects where some ambitions, for instance, zero carbon, maximum biodiversity, are not fully met, how are those trade-offs evaluated and reconciled? Who has the final say, I mean? The municipality, the design team, or the citizens? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting question also. For the performance monitoring, I'm sorry, I will say the same. It really depends on the projects. Some of them are really dealing with the performance monitoring, and they have special teams who are working for that from the beginning of the project. Last year, I expertised the project of the Olympic Village, which was really huge project about this kind of special teams with really important ways to monitorize the project. But it's not the way in every project. And it's also not it is a goal for low carbon emission and to know how the inhabitants will deal with these goals, but it's not the only goal. It's also there. We have I didn't show you, but we have some measurements when a project is expertise in the label Ecoquartier. We have also indicators. There are 20 indicators who are necessary to have then the label. Each one, it was very complicated to make these indicators because it's national ones. And then when you deal with different scales of project, is really like in Brittany or in the south of France, like in really small scales of city or big, you can't have the same. So it was basic indicators. But then a different type of project, they have their own indicators who can be really important. But which is really important, it's not only the figures or the indicators, it is very important, but also the global evaluation of the project and the fact that you have to have this idea of evaluation from the beginning of the project to know the different steps that you made and to make the evolution that I already told you, to have always the thing in mind to be better at this ambition, the better at this commitment, etc. We have some special special results about this performance. I don't have an example just here, but for some project we have really specific figures, very important, and it's not a comparison. We really have to see it in specific case in the project, and because we have some different workers on the project, they can compare these figures. For the conflicts and who will decide, in fact, in this kind of project, it's public project. So who will decide is the municipality. And if the municipality doesn't have, they don't want to go on this way or this way, the project won't be on this way, on this way. Some of projects are private ones, but always dealing with the municipality. In France, it's the case. And some projects are from the citizen. They are now, we are looking also from, as I told you, more and more participation, but also projects who are decided or almost decided with from the citizen, really a bottom-up project, but always linked with the municipality at the end, because, you know, I decide for the obligation or the registration is from the city, or not only the center of the city, but all the way.
Yeah. So it has a lot of tiers and a lot of sectors involved. It is very hard to organize everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Thank you for this question. Bedri Hocam.
Merhaba. Ben yine Türkçe deneyeceğim, İngilizce çünkü
Tabii
daha
hocam.
zor olabilir.
Tabii hocam. Estağfurullah.
Bedriye Işık, ben Çayyolu Mahallesi Muhtarlık Azası olarak bir şey sormak istiyorum. Şimdi aslında cevapladı bir şekilde bir önceki sorunun cevabını verirken de ben yine de şeyi sormak istiyorum. Şimdi bizde siyasi, merkezi yönetimle yerel yönetimler arasındaki siyasi çatışma falan nedeniyle hani ulusal boyutta büyük bütçelerle böyle bir işe girilme şansı yok. Fakat bir maya olarak, başlangıç olarak hani en azından semt ölçeğine ulaşmak üzere nüfusu 7.000 ile 50.000 arasında değişen biz 9 mahalleyiz Çayyolu Semt Meclisi bünyesinde. Böyle bir semt ölçeğinde çalışma şansı olabilir mi?
Okay. Thank you. Teşekkürler hocam. Şimdi the local, actually very local administrative units doesn't have big budgets. The local administrations, especially local government agencies, doesn't have big budgets. Yeah. And there is a conflict between the central administration and local administration sometimes, because sometimes they are from different parties. For that reason, sometimes it is very hard to allocate any budgets at all. But she asks if it is possible for example, 9 districts to get together and form a collaboration and at that level form an Ecoquartier organization or platform. Tam çevirebildim herhalde, tamam. Yeah, organization platform. I mean, with 9 districts actually. I mean, 9 neighborhoods, sorry.
In France, the organization is sometimes not so simple also. And we are not, even at different steps, the policy, they don't agree for every project specific. on the region part, and also it's called the EPCI, which is different cities and rural cities linked together, and it's a local administration part that has also some rules. And then there is the city. But in the city, there can be different districts also. In big cities, there are some districts which have some kind of power, but small power on decision. And then, so when there is an Ecoquartier, it's linked with the city or the EPCI, which is like a group of cities linked together, like a small area. And it's linked with this organization and this administration level, with the planning, with who has some facilities. And then they decide on the project. So it's the way it works, but sometimes they don't agree on every part of the project, and sometimes they don't agree on some budget, some funds that is really complicated. And so that's why it's important to have it decided for the municipality and then to find some funds. But sometimes it's really, some of the projects, as I told you, the 500, some of them, they just stayed at the beginning, because then it's not going on, because if there is a new mayor, or if there is a new priority, it changes.
Same in many countries. All right. If there are not any other questions, I would like to maybe give an intermission, because it lasted for maybe longer than our plan, original plan. So we can meet in 10 minutes again, and we can give